This is the Nico Lagan Show. Frankly, motivation is bullshit. What you need is discipline, and your mindset is the difference between success and failure. Warning. Warning. This show contains explicit content. Listener discretion is advised. Real, raw, and shooting you straight. This is the Nico Lagan Show. And now your host, Nico.
Welcome to another episode of the Nico Lagan Show. I have the extreme pleasure of being with Cyrus Washington. What's going on, man?
Hey, man, I can't call it. I'm here, happy to be here,
The travel continues, so we are in Houston, Texas. Is it true that everything's bigger in Texas?
I know a lot of the trucks are bigger, portions are bigger, like food portions for sure, so.
The people, too.
I'm gonna leave that one out. Yeah, maybe.
You didn't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. The trucks are bigger, the stores are bigger, and the people are bigger too.
Yeah. That's kind of across America, though. So.
Well, I'm writing a book right now. One of the portion that I talk about is diet. I'm 40 years old and I'm still at about 12% body fat, and I consider myself fat.
I hear you.
So as a fighter, you know exactly what I'm saying. I think they were saying that as per the last statistics, 60 or 65% of Americans are overweight. And so it's about 30% overweight, 30% is obese.
Wow.
And out of that 30% that are obese, there's a 10% that are extremely obese, which the term I think is morbidly.
Yeah, when they can't walk and they can't get out of bed. Yeah.
So we there's a fatness problem in the U.S. Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
So for the people out there that don't necessarily know you, because as much as you've had 120 pro fight, you've been around forever. You're still fucking fighting now. I think you have a fight in January.
Yeah, I'm fighting January.
For the people out there that might not know you, so who are you? What do you do? And why the fuck do you do it?
I'm a martial artist. I've been training since I was 5. I've 4th degree black belt in Taekwondo. I went out to Thailand back in 2007, 2008. I went out to Thailand for the first time. Went out there, stayed out there on and off for about 6 years. Man, at one point I was fighting every other week. I was pretty young, you know what I mean? And that's what I wanted to do, so I did it as much as I could. Whoever they put in front of me, I fought them, win or lose. Learned a lot about myself. Still learning a lot about myself now today, Yeah, man. I've won 5 world titles, 3 in Muay Thai, 2 in Lethwei. Did Lethwei for the first time back in 2009. And that was when I won my first title there. And then I won another title against Toto May in 2014.
Yeah.
With spinning heel kick.
Oh, that's it? Just a spinning heel kick to the face?
Yeah, it was a spinning heel kick to the face. That was a scary time, because when that happened, all the promoters, the organizers, they rushed to the ring and they surrounded me, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? And they escorted me from the ring because they were afraid that the people were going to come attack me, which I've experienced being in Myanmar before. Not that Myanmar is necessarily a bad place, it's like any other place that has this violence,
Yeah.
But they were afraid that they were going to attack me, but I've had glass bottles thrown at me while being there. It's a pretty wild place,
Is it because was it the spinning heel kick that scared them, or is it the fact that you knocked out their champion?
Yeah, it was because I knocked out their champion. Yeah.
And you did it with a spinning back kick, which is not Lethwei at all. That's your Taekwondo background right there. Because that ain't Thai.
Nah.
That's not Muay Thai, and that's not Lethwei either.
No.
For the people out there that might not be super familiar with what Lethwei is, like I think nowadays at least people know what kickboxing is. Mm-hmm. People are becoming aware of what Muay Thai is.
Right.
What's the difference for somebody that wouldn't know? What's the difference between Muay Thai and Lethwei?
From my understanding, Lethwei was a little bit before Muay Thai.
Mhm.
And to say it simply, you can do groin kicks and headbutts as well. You know,
You're
it's
allowed
a
to kick in the balls.
oh yeah, for
I,
sure, yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't
There's
think.
really almost no rules with Lethwei, honestly, other than ground and pound. You know, you can't
Yeah,
kick or punch somebody on the ground, but other than that, standing on the feet, anything goes. Um, yeah, man. And the difference, the biggest difference between the headbutts and groin kicks from Muay Thai is that it's more of an aggression type of a art where you're just standing toe to toe. It's not like Muay Thai. Muay Thai has the Muay Khao, the
yeah,
knee fighters, clinch fighters, then the Muay Mat, which is the
yeah,
puncher, low kicker.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, Lithwei is one way. You're like two bulls, and you
yeah.
go, and that's it. You know,
And there the other difference. There's no gloves, right?
no
You guys
gloves. Yeah,
always wear wraps.
yeah, only hand
Like now,
wraps.
it's like surgical wraps, like the what
Yeah,
you
yeah, the
tie up in
gauze. Yeah,
the gauze
yeah,
exactly.
yep, yep,
But so no gloves, and you're allowed headbutts.
yep, yep.
Do they hurt that much? I've never been headbutted in the face, so I wouldn't know. But does it hurt?
Um, for me, like a hit feels the same. You know what I mean? Like a hit's a hit, you know. But they do more damage for sure. You don't realize. I didn't realize sometimes when I got headbutted, I didn't realize how much damage it was doing
Yeah,
until after the fight. I would see myself like I'm swollen, and I'm like, wow, okay, I had no idea.
it is one of the hardest part, if not the hardest part of your body,
Yeah, I think it
is your
is. Yeah,
skull, right? Well,
yeah,
it protects. For most people, or for some people at least, it's the most important part of you.
yeah.
Some people don't use it, so the fact that it's
Some don't.
shielded doesn't change anything. But for
Yeah.
the most of us, so but it's not easy. Like I've seen quite a bit of Lethwei fight. It's not that easy to do.
Oh
Like
no, not
having
at
it's
all.
hard to generate a lot of power in the middle of a combo. But what's his name? Leduc is capable of doing it. Like he's actually not bad. I've seen a few of his fights, and he's able to throw some punches, step in, and just
Oh yeah.
kind of whip the head
Uh-huh.
in there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He puts the head and hands together pretty well. Yeah.
He's you fought him twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
fought him for what weight do you normally fight at though?
175.
Man, because he's a big boy. Like I've did a seminar with him. He's my size. Like he's a big boy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At 170, he's big.
Mm-hmm.
He's a lot bigger than you, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
height wise,
no,
he's taller. You might. I think he's not a very muscular guy though.
no, he's got a lot of bone mass though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But
bigger
you're
frame.
you're a lot more muscular than he
Mm.
is. So how was it fighting Leduc?
I mean, it was interesting, challenging for sure. Definitely
Yeah,
challenging. Second fight, I made some bad choices. End up getting caught a couple times, and then my eye, the visceral in my
yeah.
eye, I guess got detached a little bit. So I got floaters. I still have some floaters in my eye actually from just years of fighting. But that fight it got bad, so bad to where one of the floaters I guess passed my pupil, and I thought people were throwing stuff in the ring. So if you watch the fight, you'll see me look up because I thought stuff was flying into the ring, and that's from my experiences of being in Myanmar fighting. I'm like, oh shit, these people are throwing stuff in the ring during the fight, but it was a floater actually. So yeah, it was a tough, challenging fight. And I like to fight him one more time before I hang up the gloves or the wraps, I should say.
I don't know if he's still fighting though.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I don't know. I think he's got some issues or something like that with visas or something. I hear he's in Europe right now. That's what I
Yeah,
heard. Yeah.
yeah. Well, he's been in. I know he's been in not Saudi Arabia, but shit, he's been around there. Like
Yeah.
he was in the Middle East for a
Oh,
while.
was he? Okay.
Yeah, he was in the Middle East for a while. I think he was. He's been outside of Canada for a long time.
Hmm.
Like he left quite a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
But I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that third fight too. Like not Muay Thai, like Lethwei third fight.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
How was it? Did you live in Myanmar?
No, I didn't live. No, no, no. I went there, trained there a little bit,
Yeah,
but Thailand was more so my where I lived.
because they're right next to each other. So
Yeah.
technically, you could train in Thailand, just cross over to go fight in Myanmar, and then come back to Thailand. That's what you did, or
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
do you miss Thailand?
I do miss Thailand. I do miss Thailand. Hopefully, I'll get to go out there in the spring. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I like the simple life of wake up, train, eat, train, go to sleep.
Not a lot of thinking required.
Nah, not a lot of thinking, a lot less drama. Just
That's true. That is very true.
And you're kind of disconnected or unplugged from like the whole world, you know what I mean? For the most part, a lot of the stuff that was going on when I lived there, I had no idea it was happening, you know, because I was so immersed in just the culture of fighting, you know. So,
It's I think it's that one of the biggest challenges that we have in today's society is that there's too much distractions.
yeah,
Like no people don't take the time to reflect, to just do exactly like you're describing, doing something so hard but yet so simple
hmm
without all the bullshit that's around it, without all the social media, without
right,
trying to impress other people,
for
without
sure.
watching TV. Because when you disconnect from that, the world tends to be very different.
Very different. I agree 100%. A lot of people, because when like a lot of people, like you say, they don't do that. They don't have the opportunity to do that, or don't give themselves the opportunity to do that, and then they don't really learn about themselves. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like they don't do anything challenging. They don't know what they can take, what they're capable of. You know, and I think that leads to some other issues of self doubt, depression, and things like
Oh
that. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like they don't have any faith or belief in themselves. You know, to do anything really. So they just kind of follow along with the other people in the rat race, and they get kind of lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce.
Lost
I
in the
like.
sauce.
I never
Yeah,
heard
man.
that one before. They end up 60 years old and like, what the fuck happened to my life?
Very unhappy. Yeah.
Well, it's I don't know if you're a fan of Fight Club. Have you ever
The
seen
movie?
the movie
Oh
Fight
yeah,
Club?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a
Okay.
part where he says that we've been lied since the like starting in the 90s. We've all been told that we'd be superstar, we'd be rock stars, we'd be football players, and now we're starting to realize that that's not the fucking case at all.
Right.
And I think that's what's happening to most people. They think
Yeah.
that in their 20s, 30s, they're going to get discovered. They're going to somehow something magical is going to happen where their life is going to change.
Right. For
And
sure.
then they hit their 40s and 50s and they're like, what the fuck is this life?
Yep. I think even before then, sometimes because that whole social media thing, the way social media is being used by people nowadays, even the superstars, the way social media is being used nowadays, they're a lot of people are being let down. You know what I mean? Like they see this person living this glamorous life, and then once they look at their own life, they're like, "Well, damn, like I don't have that." You know what I mean? And I've witnessed a lot of people just kind of being down upon themselves because they don't have the lives that they see these people have, when they don't realize that these people are just showing you a moment in their
Yeah.
life. They're not showing you their whole life. You know?
Not only that, but for most of those people, they've worked their hat off to get where they weren't at home watching Netflix on their phones day in, day out.
Right.
They actually sacrificed a lot of shit. And that's also a part that people don't see. They don't understand that, it's like the iceberg effect. Social media is the portion that sticks out of the water, but 90% of the iceberg is underwater. And that's the portion people don't get to see. People don't share that much.
Right. I
They
like that.
think that you became successful within a day.
Right.
Or look, oh, wow, you're already successful. Hey, asshole, I've been going at this for 5 years.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
it's not an accident. It's not by surprise.
For sure.
Do you see that a lot with fighters? Because I know you coach.
Mhm.
So is that something that's hard with younger men, especially that they see it and they want to fight 5 times and they're either in the UFC or then Lions fights, or in their head they're gonna fight a few times and they're gonna be world champ. Do you see that?
Yeah, I do see it a lot. The whole immediate gratification type of thing, man,
Yeah,
where they don't want to really put in the work. They don't want
yeah,
to suffer. You know what I mean? They don't want to learn about themselves. Like you got to learn about yourself in the training. You got to push yourself until you got nothing left, and then you can find out if you have what it takes to get in the ring and not allow this guy to push you to the point you want to break. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, that's all fighting is seeing who can take the most, who can give the most and take the most. But a lot of these guys nowadays, man, they don't want to put in the work. They want it right then and there.
Do you think they're softer too? Like, do you think that people mentally are not as strong mentally?
Fuck yeah, I do, man. Absolutely. Like it's a totally different world nowadays. I mean, and you see all that, and I'm not gonna talk about it all. You know what I mean? But you see all of this. They got like 80 genders now. You know what I mean? Which I mean, to each his own. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
But
yeah,
like I'm very conservative, I guess, and old fashioned. So there's two. You know what I mean? There's two genders.
yeah.
In the real world. You know what I mean? And to me, that does contribute to the to soften. It's like, you can't be what you want to be. You got to accept what you were born as and make the best of it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And there's just a lot of stuff going on, man. By the way that they censor people, and you know what I mean, like you're just gonna just completely shut this person up by canceling them. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just because they said something you don't like. What happened to freedom of speech? You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this stuff that they do to, I guess, cuddle guys, and make them feel like they were a victim is just kind of fucking up society, along with a lot of other stuff that's going on.
The victim mentality is something that pisses me off to no end. There's not a lot of things that get me madder than somebody that plays the victim all the time. Everything that happens to them, it's somebody else's fault. They'll never take responsibility or ownership to say, you know what, I've made bad decision. I've made mistakes. All good. I'm on my knees right now, but I'm gonna get the fuck up. I'm going to learn from those mistakes, and I'm going to stop blaming society or my parents or whoever the fuck I'm able to blame for my problems, and accept that it's my fucking fault. And this is something that unfortunately we're not teaching kids anymore. It's like we tell them participation medals. It all but it all fucking starts there. It's a mentality that kids have from a young age to say, oh shit, I just need to show up and I'm special. No, fuck you. You're not special.
You work for that. You got to earn that, for sure.
If you want to be the best, there can only be one. There's not two bests in the world. There's one best in the world. Do I believe that everybody can achieve whatever the fuck they put their minds to? 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
But 99.9% of people don't have the balls and the discipline to get there.
Right.
And I think from your Instagram handle, I would say that you're a very big fan of discipline.
I am.
What do you think of my saying that I made up is that motivation is bullshit, because what you need is discipline?
Motivation. Yeah, because a lot of people people are motivated when they choose to be. You know what I mean? It could be the song that they're listening to. It could be a quote that they read. It could be, I got on Instagram as soon as I woke up this morning, and that person's doing that, so I'm going to go do that. Yeah, man, you got to have the discipline to get your ass up and go do what you got to do, whether it's going to work, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, for sure. Motivation is bullshit.
Because motivation is attached to your emotions.
For sure it is.
The days that you feel like it, it's like you go to what's his name? The life coach, Tony Robbins. Like, I've known people that's been to his events and they're all pumped up by the time they come back. Yeah, of course. They're feeding you super strobe light in the face. Oh, of course. A couple of days, a couple of weeks after that, you're like, the high that you were on is completely gone. How can a weekend teach you to be disciplined? It cannot. There's no way.
Right.
But that's what, to me, and I don't know what you think about it, but I think fighting is what taught me discipline. I knew that if I wanted to get better at something, I needed to. Discipline is very simple. Do something long enough and repeatedly enough that you're gonna get good at. That's it. It's that fucking simple.
It is. I agree. Well, I agree 100%. And I think that's one of the things with me that a lot of people don't understand, or some people don't like it, is that I'm very, I guess, streamlined most of the time. Like, I'm happy and I'm very grateful for life and whatever I have in life, but a lot of the times, like, I'm not a motivated person. I just do what I gotta do. I do what I choose to do. That's
You're disciplined.
Yeah, and it's just discipline. Yeah.
You're not a motivator. I'm not a motivator either.
No.
I want to inspire people.
Right.
I want to inspire people into them.
It's so ironic you say that, yeah.
Why is it ironic?
Because the same thing I say. I want to inspire people. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not trying to motivate people because I'm not the hype man. I'm not the hype guy. No, I'm not.
It's not ironic. It's great minds think alike.
I agree.
So, but again, that goes with instant gratification again, motivation to me, because it's what is it doing for me now?
Right.
I'm pumped. I'm fucking happy. I want to just fucking do what I'm supposed to be doing. And then, oh shit, I don't feel like doing it this morning. Suck it up, buttercup. Get the fuck out of bed and go to work.
Yep.
What do you do with fighters? Do you have patience for that? Like, do you have patience for fighters that are not motivated, that you always need to be on their asses all the time? Or do you don't have a lot of patience for that shit?
No, like I have the patience for it, but I guess I have my own way of doing it too. Like, so if I say something one time, like I say something one time, then I expect them to do it. But I have people that kind of lazy. They get into their feelings and I'm
Oh,
a little tired, so I want to sit here a little longer. And then I'll probably say something a little out of the way, like, "Hey, you're just gonna sit there and do a bunch of nothing." You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck up and do what you gotta do. And after that, I don't say anything anymore. And I'm like, "Okay, just get on the back, do 500 knees,
yeah.
and we'll call that training for the day." And I'll see you tomorrow.
Because sometimes it is true, though. You do have a point. Because sometimes it's not going, no matter what. It's see, and I think that's a misconception too. There's days I want to. There's days I don't feel like doing anything, but just the fact that you're still doing them is discipline. But you can't expect that your output is going to be as good as the days that you're feeling like training, for example.
Right. I hear you.
There's some days that for whatever the fuck reason you don't feel like doing it. You suck it up, you do it. It's not going to be your best training session, but at least you fucking did it.
Yeah.
Even if it's only 500 knees on the bag and nothing else,
right.
you still went to the gym and you fucking did it.
Right. For sure. For sure.
What would you say is because that's one of my biggest philosophy, and I believe that every single man out there should do martial art. Because I think as a man, we're providers, we're protectors, we're like you look at my girlfriend, this women are men's weakness and men are women's rocks. As in, we're there if women are more emotional, they need to be centered. And often this is our job to fucking bring it back to what it should be. But then they become our weakness at the same time, right?
No, I agree with that 100%.
But it is our job as a man, and I don't know what you think about it, but as a man, my job's to die defending her, and I will kill to defend her.
Right.
Same thing. I don't have children, but I know you do. I'm sure you. How do you? Because that's another thing we don't see anymore. Like, men don't tend to take that role anymore, which I think martial art taught me that I need to know how to defend myself. I need to know how to defend my loved ones. Is that why you did it? Is that why you did martial art, or it has nothing to do with that?
No, I mean, some of it was just self-defense. So I grew up without a father in the household, So the people I saw on TV for the most part were kind of like the figures that I looked up to, whether it was Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Lee.
Shit, we're the same. You're 39, I'm 40.
Yeah.
So we grew up on the Rambos, on the Rockies.
You know what I mean? So I looked up to them, and like all I saw was discipline, and they go train, they did what they had to do, they loved their woman, you know what I mean? So that's in my subconscious, you know what I mean? Until I die, So yeah, man, for sure. I feel like every man, every family should get into martial arts. You know what I mean? Because everybody needs more discipline. If everybody's more disciplined, we'll have a different world. You know what I mean?
It's funny you say that, because there was a meme on Facebook the other day that was comparing heroes from when we were kids to the fucking pussies you see nowadays. Like, even you look at Marvel, like their entire universe. Yeah. But you look at what the guys do, even if they're muscular, you can tell they're soft as fuck. You can tell that those guys are actors and they only do it for the movie.
Right.
You look at Sylvester Stallone. He's like 80 years old. He's on steroids. Let's not lie to each other, but
sure.
Steroids doesn't make you muscular. That dude is training like a fucking crazy person.
Yeah, he's been training for a while. Yeah.
Since before since the second Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky 4. I remember he was talking about his diet. He was like, I ate tuna and drank water for 6 months to get that ripped. You know what I mean? That was the best physique he had out of all the movies.
But that was crazy.
Yeah,
he's in fighter shape. Like, he's literally in fighter shape that's when he fought the Russian, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing with. Remember Arnold? Remember Jean-Claude Van Damme still in shape?
Yeah.
You look at the Expendable movies. It's literally all the heroes from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And look at what they look like now. They all look like fucking chicken arms. They're all super tiny.
Yeah.
Those are men? I don't fucking think so. No, but you see a massive difference between what we were raised on. Like, just the way we played as a kid. It was, man, how many times have I broken bones that I needed stitches? My mom is a certified...
bones, busted knees, all of that,
My mom's a certified nurse because I got hurt so many fucking times that she needed to learn how to fix me up.
Right.
What do you have for kids? Like you daughters, sons? What do you have?
2 sons and a daughter.
Do you raise them differently?
Um, I'm not in their lives as much as I would want to be. I see them on Sundays now. I take them to swimming classes, and after that, we'll go eat and play around a little bit. In the summer, I see them a little bit more. I'll stop at their house twice a week, and I take them outside, and like it's like, hey, let's get outside. Because for the most part, once they get home from school, their mom just lets them sit in the house. They're in the house. They're on the tablets, and I'm like, when I come over, they know like we're going outside. Let's go play. So we'll run out. We'll run around outside, kick the soccer ball around, throw the football around, play tag. My son will wrestle around with some of his friends out there. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But they know when I come over, we're going outside for sure.
There's going to be activities going on.
Yeah, we have to, and they know. I challenged my son the other day. It was this Sunday. Today's Monday, so yeah, yesterday after swimming class, I told him, "Hey man, I want you to do 100 burpees and let me know when you do it." He said, "Hey, I'm gonna do it." He gave me a fist bump and said, "Hey, I'm gonna do it." He's probably not worked out since the last time he saw me, but he'll do it though.
How old is he?
He's 9. He'll be 10 next year.
He's already jacked.
Nah, I mean he's a good athlete though. He's a good
Yeah.
athlete. Yeah, he likes to run right now. That's his thing.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. He likes
I
to
hate
run.
fucking running, but some people enjoy it.
Yeah, like sprinting though. Sprinting. You know?
Oh yeah, not
Yeah.
marathon running.
Nah.
I don't like that shit. That's boring. I have a lot of respect for people that do it, but it's fucking boring.
When you fought, like, did you do road work? Would you run like 5,
Yeah.
6 miles? Or?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. How often did you run?
You know what? I've been lucky that, like to this day, I barely do any cardio. And
Okay.
I'm able to keep my weight down because I'm
Okay.
very good on my diet.
That's what's up.
And I do intermittent fasting. I've been doing intermittent fasting for 5 years straight.
Okay.
So I only ate, I think my last meal yesterday was like 7 p.m.
Okay.
And my first one today was like on my way here. I had a protein shake
Okay.
outside of the gym. So
That's what's up.
I don't think I had any calories before 2:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. That's
But
what's
I'm able to eat 3,000-4,000 calories within 2 sittings though.
up. Me too. Same here. I haven't eaten today yet, so after training tonight, it'll be late, but
You're just gonna stuff your
yeah,
face.
it'll probably be a pound of beef. I'll probably get a pound of beef and some plantain chips and some kale and yeah.
Plantains?
Yeah.
That's from Thailand, right? You kept it.
Well, from
Did you get
from south.
addicted in plantains in Thailand? Because they eat plantains over there. right?
no, I don't think so. No, I never got plantains over there.
Shit, I thought
That's more South America.
I know it comes from South America, but for some reason I thought that they would eat it there. I might be full of shit too.
I don't think so in Thailand. No, I'm trying to think what they do have that's like that though.
Well,
Really, just have the
course they
potatoes,
have-
Japanese potatoes.
Of course, they have bananas down there.
Yeah, for
there's,
sure,
There's
yeah.
banana trees everywhere.
Oh yeah. It's like a banana coconut plantation in Phuket.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
all of Phuket, there's like coconut and banana trees everywhere.
Yeah, I know. I've seen a lot of videos, people shin kicking banana trees like crazy people.
Yeah, I did that once.
Was it hard?
It's not, man. It's like celery, you know. So if you kick the hard heavy bag before,
Yeah.
and when you kick the banana tree, it's like nothing. you
So
know?
it's in your head.
Yeah,
You're
for
seeing a tree and you're like, oh shit, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Now, if they really want to kick something, kick a young bamboo tree. You know what I mean? Like that. That's a lot harder. for sure.
Or baseball bats.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That takes balls.
That does.
But I think it's
I might
mental.
do it. Yeah, it is mental.
But I think
yeah.
it's mental.
It is mental because I see some guys do it. And I'm like, I think
You
I'm
don't
do
seem
it
to
too.
kick that hard and you're able to do it.
Yeah.
But it's a mental thing. You're looking because I've seen a guy break 2 and he wasn't a big guy.
Okay.
His hips are fast as fuck.
He broke 2 together.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fucking nuts, like
wow,
crazy,
okay.
like nuts. But they catch them at the shallower part, right?
Yeah,
They're not kicking the top, like fuck that
Nah,
shit.
nah.
They're kicking about
By the handle,
probably
yeah.
like 8-10 inches from the bottom,
Uh-huh.
where you normally grab it with your hands, right?
Right. Yeah.
But it's still a mental thing. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
telling yourself I'm gonna break a baseball bat with my shin bone doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense at all. The one of the things that I know fighting, and that's why I enjoy speaking to fighters so much, is to me martial art forged me. As we were saying before we started recording, I was bullied as a kid. Like up to my 20s, I was 140 pounds, 145 pound basketball player.
Okay.
So I was not a big boy. I did not know how to fight. I fucking knew it too, because you know when you're bullied in your head, you know you're fucking weak. But one day I decided to start looking for my martial art. I tried everything until I found Muay Thai, and I'm like, oh fuck yes. I can do this.
How old were you when you found Muay Thai?
21, 22.
Okay.
I was still pretty old, but it's been just under 20 years now.
Okay.
But as I was saying, it forged me. It made me the man
Yeah.
I am today. It made me, like, teaching a 40, 50 people class is nothing. Like, when you get to know your stuff, being in front of people is not a problem.
Right.
It's the number one fear. You know that, right? The number one fear of people is to be in
Social
front.
anxiety.
Yeah, it's to be in front of people.
Yeah.
But Muay Thai allowed me to be able to fight in front of people, to do something where people are watching you and all eyes are on you. What did Muay Thai bring to you, like martial art as a whole? What would you say, looking back now? You're 39. You said you started around 5 years old, so that's like 20. Man, that's 34 years.
Yeah, actually, I'm 41.
You're 41.
Yeah, 41.
You don't
I
look
just
a
had
day
a birthday.
above 32, man.
Huh? You think so, man?
Ah, fuck.
When I look at him, bro, all I see is these scars. You know, I'm like, yo. So yeah, for me, man, martial arts. I mean, it gave me a way to kind of like self-express myself. So anything that I learned, I kind of turned it into my own thing, added my own little flair onto it. You know, definitely gave me more confidence. And just something to kind of look forward to in the future. You know what I mean? Like I always felt like no matter who I may have in my life today, if they choose to leave tomorrow, martial arts will always be there, you know? And that's what it's been for me.
It's shit. What's the saying? Only women and dogs are unconditionally loved.
Hey, I don't disagree with that.
Men
for
are
sure.
not.
Nah, I don't seem like it. If you don't provide anything.
If you fuck enough, if you mess up enough around a girl, she'll leave you.
Yeah,
The only thing that will unconditionally love you is a dog
probably. Yep.
and martial art,
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
You have a dog?
Nah.
Maybe you should get one.
I've been thinking about it.
Well, there you go. That's a sign. Maybe you
Yeah.
need a dog.
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, you won't regret the love you get from a dog. They don't judge you.
Right.
They love you for who you are. So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
But the thing I want to really put out there is, as a martial artist, as a guy that has 120 fights, you fought in Thailand, you fought in Myanmar, obviously you fought in the US, you fought in Russia, you were saying. Outside of the fighting itself, like outside of stepping in a ring, what was the most challenging thing in fighting? Do you find that it's the training? Do you find that it's the fighting? What's the toughest portion of martial arts?
Wow. I guess for me now I'm so used to it, but back in the beginning, definitely the training, man. Allowing yourself to be pushed, not knowing how far they're gonna push you, you know what I mean? And just choosing to stay there and not walk away from it, you know, choosing not to make an excuse and just allowing yourself to be pushed till they drain you out, wring you out like a towel, you know. Definitely the training in the beginning was tough, man. Especially with my Taekwondo instructor. He trained us like grown men, you know. I'm 11 years old at the time, but he trained us like grown men. And if we didn't get pushed, then we got blasted in the chest, you know. It's like, no, if you're fighting for me, then this is what you're gonna do, and that's it, you know. Like, you came here, you want to be here, then do it. That was it. We set up and do what we're told.
As it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be. It should. We westernized martial art too much, where it's. I don't like that martial art is considered a sport. To me, martial art is not a sport.
No, it's not. It's
Combat.
martial art.
There's
martial
combat
for war.
sport.
Yeah. Right.
But martial art to me is not a sport.
Right.
Like GSP said it. I have a lot of respect for GSP because he was explaining how he was the best in the world for 5-10 years.
Yeah.
And he's like, before every fight, I was scared shitless. You'd find me in the bathroom throwing up because I was fucking scared. I was not a fighter. Like I remember there was a fight. I think it was against Tom Hardy. Not Tom Hardy. Shit, the British guy. His name's Hardy. Either way, he has him in a kimura.
Okay.
And he won't break the arm. Like, he has it. He's on side control. He has it perfectly. He could completely destroy his arm. Didn't do it. Just because he did not want to hurt him.
Yeah.
And afterwards, he spoke about it later on that he doesn't consider himself a fighter. He considers himself a martial artist. And it's not right to destroy somebody that you already know you beat.
Right.
Even if they're too stupid to admit it, it's on you to just walk away because it's not worth it.
Yeah, that takes a lot of control, man, a lot of discipline, you know what I mean? To not just rip his arm off, you know? Wow.
But I could see it. I've heard people outside of a ring. I didn't enjoy it. Like, it's not fun to me. I've walking away from a lot of fights in my life where it's not fucking worth it.
No.
People are stupid, and that's what I was going to say. For you, is it hard nowadays? Like, do you still get people acting tough?
Yeah, I mean, I do sometimes, you know, and I walk away for the most part. As long as they don't invade my personal space, I don't really care.
No, but that's self-defense. Don't put your hands on me, bro.
Right.
Keep your fucking hands for yourself.
You can talk. Don't get this crazy disrespectful. I really don't care the shit you talking. I can keep walking. I'm good with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but don't touch me.
Yeah, don't fucking touch me. Don't come here. Yeah.
That's different.
Right.
What do you feel about... because I come from a country where guns are not very loved. Like, I'm a gun guy. I have my guns. I don't have them with me because I couldn't. I'm technically not even an immigrant. I'm on a visitor visa right now. Right?
Okay.
But we're in fucking Texas where it's
Everybody's
recognized.
got a gun. Yeah.
Well, the two last states were Arkansas, where everybody has a gun.
Yeah.
Nashville and Tennessee, everybody has a gun.
Everybody's got a gun. Yeah.
How do you feel about guns in general with martial arts and guns? Because to me, they fucking go hand to hand.
Yeah, no, they do. They go hand in hand, man. I don't know if you know, I got shot some years back.
Seriously.
5 years back. I was
sorry. I don't mean to be laughing.
I'm
it's
laughing.
It's just the way you brought it. Did you know? I got you.
So, at the time, I was not very well versed with a gun.
Yeah.
Even though I had a lot of past issues with gangs and stuff like that, but I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing with a gun, you know. And at this time, I was working as a bouncer or security inside the club, and some guy gets in there. He's got a gun. I didn't know he had a gun at the time. He's having an altercation with somebody. I run over to break it up. He pulls out, pop, 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 shoots me. I get shot in the stomach and leg. So at this point in my life, I got an AR-15 5.56. I got a SIG on the way, and I got another 9 at home as well. So
you have
I'm pro gun for sure.
You look like you have the P320. Is that the one you have?
Yeah. That's the
you
one.
have a P320 with the brown slide. I like that gun.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the video. I'm like, fuck I like that gun.
Yeah.
Do you carry here? Do you carry? Or
No,
you don't?
sometimes, but not all the time.
Most of the time you don't?
No, because I'm not licensed, so I don't. Yeah.
So what is it in Texas? You need a license?
No, you don't.
Because that's what I was going to say.
But there's these attorneys there's this group or team of attorneys that you can hire. You pay a yearly fee. So if you do get arrested just for carrying, even though it's legal to carry, you just call them up and they'll take care of everything.
Shit, man. So when you got shot, because I didn't know that, so I'm gonna ask.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You spent a little while in the hospital, I would imagine, being shot in the stomach.
Yeah, man. So I got shot. The one that went through my leg hit my femoral artery. Yeah, so I was bleeding out in my leg. So my leg was getting no blood. It was all inside, all internal bleeding. So my leg was getting huge. I couldn't walk. Obviously, I couldn't walk. They take me to the hospital. They do surgery. And it took me a couple months, and I was able to walk again. They didn't know if I'd be able to walk again, though. I kept asking them. So I'm laying in the hospital bed. I don't really know how serious it is, right? I laugh at myself because
when am I gonna fight again?
Exactly, right? No, look, I have so it's July 21st at the time, 2018, July 21st. I asked the doctor if I'm going to be able to take my fight on August 18th, a month later, because I'm thinking it's just superficial wounds, you know?
I'll be okay.
I didn't know I had nerve damage in my leg, you know? And he told me, he was like, no. He's like, I don't know if you'll be able to walk again, you know? And I'm like, wow, my heart just dropped. And yeah, man, that's when everything just kind of became for real. I was like, wow, this is gonna be a real battle back. I'm just gonna have to live with my leg being this way forever, you know? I just started making myself walk, man. It was like me walking with a peg, you know what I mean, under my body, you know what I'm saying? And eventually, week after week, constantly trying to force the blood to flow through the muscle to feed the nerves. It eventually started to come back slowly. I got a TENS unit, kept that on there as much as I could. It was pretty rough at the time, you know, because the person I was married to at the time, we were slowly splitting up. So, I mean, I didn't even get help to go take a shit. You know what I mean? Like, it was just me, basically, you know. My children are there, but they couldn't do anything to help me. I'm homeschooling them at the time while I got gauze and stuff stuck all in my leg and my stomach, you know what I mean? So it was a pretty rough time, but I learned a lot about myself during that time. I learned a lot about people as well. And it happened, I guess, for a reason, you know, and I don't regret it at all it happening because I'm here today and I'm okay for the most part, you know. But yeah, I'm a stronger person from it for sure.
It's I hope I'm not gonna hit a sore spot with this, but this is you said something that kind of bothers me, not in a way of what you said, but the reaction of it. You said that you got no support from who you
was
lived with back then. Were you were splitting out, right?
Yeah, we're splitting up. Yeah. So
that's shitty though.
Yeah. None.
Because you fucking got shot. You didn't catch a little cold there. You fucking got shot.
Yeah. I was in pretty bad shape.
The stomach supposedly is, you're not gonna die from a bullet to the stomach, but they say it's one of the most painful, if not the most painful spot to get shot is right in the stomach.
Yeah, man.
And that's where you got shot.
Yeah.
So you're a tough motherfucker, man.
I don't know. I just take everything as it comes, you know. Something I didn't expect, but even though I was there to provide for my children, for my family, you know, even though I was just making extra money by doing that, I still see it as something that I caused to happen to myself. I didn't have to be there, you know what I mean? I could have chose to do something else. Even the whole kind of drawing certain things to yourself sometimes with the way that you think. I had already thought to myself, like, hey, I'm gonna get shot in here, man. Like, somebody's gonna drive up and shoot through the door, because I would always post up to the door, you know what I mean, with my back to the door, and I would constantly imagine that somebody would do that, and then what do you know, somebody fucking walks in and they start fucking shooting, you know? So I'm a firm believer in that we draw things to ourselves, you know what I mean? We gotta really control our minds, our imaginations, because our imagination can bring us heaven or it can bring us hell, you know?
It's Bruce Lee that said that never speak ill of yourself because your subconscious does not know the difference.
That's right.
Never call yourself stupid. Never treat yourself. The way I see it is never treat yourself as you wouldn't treat somebody else. I wouldn't be there calling you a fucking asshole, calling you a quitter, calling you this. So why the fuck do you do it to yourself?
Right.
This is, you're inviting it. That's what they say a spell is.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
just wishing.
Words are magic.
Exactly.
Yes,
the words have meaning. Mm-hmm. They are magic. At the end of the day,
you're right.
They can make you or they can break you.
Yeah.
So, I firmly believe that you invited it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. If you were always thinking about it and imagining it, you invited it.
I never wanted to be in that place. Every time I went in that place, I was like, this is hell. Like, people walking around on all types of drugs. It is crazy, man. All types of stuff going on. I never wanted to be there. And I guess God got me out of there, you know?
I did it for years too. Just for shits and giggles. Mm-hmm. I stopped. I did a lot of stupid shit when I was younger. And as I grew older, I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to stop doing drugs. I drink again now because I have the control to do so. But back then, I spent quite a few years not drinking and I was working in bars.
Yeah.
On top of my real job. Okay. But mostly it taught me how stupid people are when they drink.
Oh, yeah.
When you're just there, sober, looking at the way people are. And that was you in the club. That was me in the club back in the days too, right? Man. Yeah. It's a learning lesson. That's for damn fucking sure.
It is, for sure. It is, man. It is, yeah. I haven't drank in about, now it's been almost 10 years. Next year will be 10 years. Yeah, it'll be 10 years since I've had a sip.
Are you a bad drunk?
Huh?
Are you a bad drunk?
Yeah. Well, wild. Just wild, man. Yeah, wild. Not angry, but wild. You know, like I could be just inappropriate sometimes,
Yep.
you know. Yeah, I don't like it, you know what I'm
So
saying.
you and I cannot drink together.
Probably not.
'Cause I'm like that
Well, I mean,
too.
we have fun, but yeah, it'll probably end up bad though, you know.
We might end up with a black eye. Yeah, we
Yeah.
might end up with something. It's all good. The day after, I probably won't remember, so it'll
right,
be fine.
right,
But
right.
did it get to a point where you didn't remember the day before, the day out, like let's say you get up in the morning, Saturday morning, did you remember your Friday, or you didn't anymore?
I mean, it'll be some spots where I'm like, I don't really know, you know what I mean? And yeah, yeah.
It was to a point. Did you ever get to a point where you were worried when you got up? Because I got to that point where I was getting up and I'm like, did I do? I don't remember the last part of the evening.
Yeah.
I knew I was stupid.
Yeah.
Did I do something stupid last night? Did I fucking do something I shouldn't have?
Yeah.
Am I gonna get somebody knock at my door today because I did something really
I hear
stupid
you,
yesterday?
yeah.
Did you get to that point?
Yeah. Not often, but yeah, for sure.
Is that why you stopped?
That's part of it, yeah. Just me being wild, man. I didn't like being out of character, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Feeling out of control, you know? And it's good that you say, hey, you can control it now, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I could or couldn't, you know what I mean? I'm not even going to try to find out, you know?
It took me a long time.
Yeah.
It took me because I battled that for a good 15 years, 20
Okay.
years.
Okay.
I don't know if I was an alcoholic, but I was pretty fucking close to it.
Okay.
But I had a problem. Like you say, wild is a good way to put it. If I was with my boys, no problem. But if I ended up, somebody was looking for trouble, he didn't have to look very far.
Okay.
And I think just like you getting shot, I think I've put myself in a lot of situations where I invited trouble
Yeah.
because I didn't care. I knew how to fight. I'm not too worried. I'm not worried too
yeah,
much.
I've been there. Yeah.
And a ring fight is not the same way as you
It's
fight
not.
outside of the ring.
It's
You
not.
you get to fight dirty in
For
a real
sure.
fight, so the game's very different.
Yeah, it's no rules.
Yep. Yeah, and I wear a lot of jewelry back then too.
Okay.
Jewelry do create a lot of damage to somebody's
oh, yeah,
face.
you wearing rings. Oh, yeah. Man.
Oh yeah, and I loved my rings too. A lot of rings in that right hand, but it's taken me a long time to figure out how to do it and to do it well. Now I'm a big fan of cigars.
Okay.
So I'll sit down. I don't need to be with somebody else, smoke cigars by myself, but I'll have a drink, maybe a drink or two. But my diet is so good normally that if it's not the weekend, it's not going to happen.
Okay.
I think I've known my girlfriend for 3 years, and I don't know. I'm looking at her right now because I'm not sure, but I don't think you've seen me drunk yet. See, and she's shaking. So in the past 3 years, I don't remember last time I was drunk.
Okay.
Yesterday I was tipsy.
Yeah. Tipsy's cool, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's the
It
best.
just takes the edge off, you know?
Oh,
yeah.
but tipsy's cool. You're just
Yeah.
funny. You're just stupid. I had a
Exactly.
fucked up week, so I'm just like, let's get a few drinks, and we're just it's good.
Right.
But yeah, control's important.
It is very important.
But it's not that easy. My best friend doesn't drink either.
Okay.
Exactly because the same thing as you.
He used to drink and he stopped drinking.
He was in a band. So let's say that he fucked too many women. He drank too much. He did a lot of stupid
A
shit.
lot of wild shit, yeah.
Woken up to some women he wouldn't have touched when he wasn't
Exactly.
drunk.
Exactly. A lot of wild shit is like, nah. I'm good.
Yep. So at one point you're like, what's the common denominator? Alcohol.
Yep.
But he's like you. I've known him for about 4 years now, and he's been alcohol free for like 5. But he doesn't drink at all. There's no gray area either. He either does it or he doesn't.
Yeah. I'm the same way, man, about almost everything, you know? Yeah.
No gray areas.
I'm learning.
You're an extremist, bro.
I'm learning that, you know what I'm saying? To have a
Yeah.
healthy medium with certain things, but yeah.
That's the Buddhist way, the way of the middle way. It's not easy though. Being somewhere in the middle is every day. You have to be on it just the way. But I think it's the same. If you're capable of controlling your anger when it comes to somebody getting in your face, somebody wanting to fight you, but they're not touching you, if you're able to do that, you can fucking handle alcohol. I'm sure of it. To me, it's way harder to control not hurting somebody. Because as much as I don't like to hurt people, some people deserve it.
Yeah. Some people do deserve it.
And I do believe that if you have the skills, if there's a bad situation and you have the skills to help, you should. If you don't have the skills, develop those skills, because as a man, you're supposed to help others.
For sure. I agree with that. Oh, yeah.
So I think you can control. I think you're. I'm not saying you should start drinking. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying if you can control yourself from beating up idiots, I think you're capable of drinking a couple of drinks and
you
stopping.
might be right, man. Like, you might be right. Yeah.
You don't have to try it. It's just my
Special occasion, I might do it. You know,
because it is fun to be able to drink though.
Yeah, it is.
And
yeah.
this is why I
can't say
tried
I don't
again.
miss it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I can't say I don't miss it.
Because barbecue. It's nice barbecue. You have a couple of beers. Everybody's having fun.
Yeah, man.
Plus beers. Can you get drunk? I can't get drunk from drinking beers.
I wasn't really a beer drinker, man. I was like just straight liquor. You know what I mean? Vodka,
No.
gin.
See, this is the difference that I made. I stopped that because this is what gets me crazy.
What are you drinking now? Wine or?
I like wine.
Okay,
I do. Funny enough, my girlfriend was making fun of me yesterday because I bought some girly drink. We got to Houston. We were in Arkansas, then we slept one night in Louisiana.
Okay.
And we literally we didn't even unhook the trailer. It was hooked to the truck. We just stopped. We went. Within an hour of coming to Houston yesterday, we went to the store because I felt like drinking. I felt like having a drink. I wanted to buy straight up alcohol and do margaritas since we're fucking close to Mexico. I figured it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
But just the Kroger's was open. The liquor depot that was right next to it was closed. So I bought some pre-made ones. So she was making fun of me. But I sometimes drink a lot. It's just because I don't get crazy.
Okay.
Because hard alcohol, I used to drink a 40 of vodka by myself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And just like right off the bottle.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
So that was my thing, just liquor. I wasn't big on beer, but liquor. Yeah.
I've developed a taste for beer.
Okay.
Because I cannot drink a lot of beer because I feel bloated. So I know that even if I start drinking beer, I'm not really able to drink more than a beer an hour because I feel like I feel bloated like shit. So I can drink all day, one beer an hour. I'll never get drunk.
Why do you think that though? Why do you think you feel bloated?
Well, it's because of the carbon gas that's in it, like the carbonated gas that's in it.
Okay.
Just makes you feel bloated.
Okay.
And it's the, how do you call it? Not the wheat, but levure in French. I can't remember what it's called. What's levure?
Is it like yeast or the
yeast.
buds? Okay,
Exactly.
yeast.
I think it's the yeast.
That's what I was thinking, the yeast.
That makes you... Wine is dangerous because I can drink... We can buy 3 bottles and I'll drink 2.5 of them.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm still okay. Like I'll be tipsy.
Yeah, okay.
But liquor, can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous. That's playing with fire. But I do miss drinking liquor though.
Yeah.
Like on the rocks, just cold.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Do you do anything else? Like I don't know what are the laws here regarding weed, regarding everything else.
Yeah, all that it's not been legalized yet, not yet. So I don't know if it will be, honestly.
Because Texas is pretty conservative when it comes to that, right?
Yeah.
So people don't smoke weed here.
I mean, they do, but they shouldn't do it out in the open, you know.
It's not Colorado.
Nah, not at all. I see people with the vaping pen sometimes. I don't know if that's legal or not, but just straight weed or a blunt, a joint, nah.
Yeah. I know CBD is legal here, though.
Yeah, CBD's legal here.
Because I take CBD every day. Like, I've had a bunch of surgeries, so it does help. I'm getting older. Arthritis sucks.
I'll have to find out the dealer you're getting it from or the company you're getting it from. I have to get it from you.
Well, like I said, I just got here yesterday.
Okay.
But at right across from the Kroger's.
Oh, you bought one here in Texas?
No, not yet. But I'm almost out. Like I bought some when I was in Virginia. But I don't do a lot. Like I have an old school pipe that I put a bit of drops in. I just smoke a couple of times a day.
Oh, okay.
Especially in the morning and at nights. It's just it's good for the arthritis.
Yeah.
But I saw a store right across the Kroger.
See, I don't know the quality of the ones that are in the stores like that. You know what I mean? I don't know if you need to like go.
You know, that's what's so different about Canada because the United States decriminalized weed in a lot of their states, but it's not legal, meaning that you still have to buy it from your pusher. It's just that if you get caught with it, it's not a big deal. No, right. You're not going to go to prison for it.
Right.
But in Canada, they did that for a year, and then the government built. They gave time to big companies to create the infrastructure to produce the amount of weed that's required. But now You go to a you literally have a liquor store and you have a weed store. You walk to the weed store, they have 200-300 different types of strains of weed.
Man.
You can literally say, like, it's a science now. You're like, okay, I have arthritis. I don't want to feel buzzed. I don't want the buzz. So no THC. I just want CBD. Cool. You can have oil that you can just drink. You can have like buds. You can roll joints. You can have a mix of both. You can have your indica compared to your sativas. So saying, oh, I want to go to bed, so you're going to smoke an indica. Fuck, I remember when I smoked. We got fucking what we got.
Yeah.
Smoke this. Whatever it does to you, that's what you're getting.
Yeah.
But it's I don't miss Canada, but that's the only thing I'd say I miss.
So weed is legal everywhere in Canada.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
As far as I know, at least where I lived in Ontario and Quebec, the two provinces, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's as legal as drinking alcohol, basically.
Yeah, that's cool though, man. That's cool.
But they opened up the market to older people. So the older generation, like the baby boomers, like the 60-year-olds and above, that were always told, like, the war on drugs, right? They were always told weed's bad, but it's okay. Take all those opioids. Those are okay for you, but don't fucking touch something that grows naturally out of the ground. Take all those addictive drugs, but don't take weed. That's bad for you.
Right.
But the guys at the stores were explaining to me that they see a lot more older people. So they come in because they have arthritis, because they have the type of pains that CBD will fix, and you don't get the buzz from it.
Right.
And you don't even need to put it into your lungs. They will actually just sell the oil.
Yeah,
you cap that
That's
behind
what I usually do with it.
Yep. It's useful, though. It's very, very useful.
No, it's helpful, man. It's helpful.
Especially as you grow older.
Heck yeah.
Fighting's harder. Training. It's not the fights, as you said earlier. It's the fucking training that's hard on your body, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, we've been going for 55 minutes. Before I let you go, I got one question that I have to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
What are the qualities that a good man should have? What's a good man?
Wow, good man. Definitely patience, man. I mean, that's something that I've learned, and I'm continually learning now today, is just being patient, being able to stop, think, and not just react, you know what I mean, to whatever might be going on around me, or whatever somebody may be saying to me, you know. Patience is definitely a good attribute every guy should have. Patience, selflessness, you know, being thoughtful, selfless. A guy needs to be disciplined, strong-willed. Let me see. There's something I don't want to. Disciplined, strong-willed, and I guess those are the main ones that I can think of as of right now. You know, they got to be willing to just kind of lead by example for the most part. You know what I mean? If you want people to do what you're saying to do, then just show them how to do it by the way you lead your own life. You know, and I'm speaking, I guess, for myself and what I see of myself, or want of myself, or I want more of from myself. You know.
Beautiful. I agree with everything you said. Absolutely. Be a leader is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to lead other men is a great quality to have.
Yeah, for sure. It's needed nowadays.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah, man.
Especially nowadays,
It's needed a lot, man.
Hard times coming. Strong men are going to be required.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Unfortunately. But how else are good men? How else are strong men built if it's not by pain?
Yeah, and I feel like we are here, but we're kind of being seen as the enemy almost, you know? Everybody wants to point like, oh, that's toxic, or oh, that's this, or that's that. And it's like, well, what do you mean? Because I'm not behaving the way you want me to behave? Are you serious right now? I want the best for everybody. I will help anybody. Or what are you talking about? Because I'm just not acting the way you want me to act? That's fucking ludicrous shit.
It's because you're not acting like a female.
Yeah.
Call a spade a spade.
Right.
Our education system in North America is trying to turn little boys into little girls. They don't want them to be jumping around everywhere. They want them to be paying attention. They want them to stop roughhousing, to stop playing hard with each other.
And that's disgusting. That's disgusting. That's fucking gross.
But that's what a boy is.
Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. You know, if they want to stop him from doing that. Like, what
they want little girls. They're medicating our kids. They're medicating little boys to a point that they want them to act like little girls. And we're raised, as you so said yourself, you weren't raised by a man. Neither was I. I was raised by a single woman. Mm-hmm. How the fuck am I supposed to know what a real man is if I don't get to have somebody to look up that's a good man?
Right.
We're literally being castrated by society.
Yeah.
But you know what? One of my buddies says that all the time. He's the equivalent of a Navy SEALs in Canada, and he says, "You guys are bitching now. Wait till shit hits the fan. You gonna need strong men. Who you gonna call? Guys like us."
Yeah, for sure.
But now we're toxic to you because we take a responsibility. We assume our gender roles. You know those two genders? Those two genders?
Two.
Yeah. But we accept the roles. There are things that women are better at. There's things that we're better at.
Right.
And fortunately, our skills to be violent, but to have it under control.
Yeah, you got to control.
You have to.
Yeah,
but you have to. But today's men, they're weak. They're soft. They don't know how to fight. They don't know how to defend themselves. They're pussies. You're not virtuous because you're weak. Virtue does not come from weakness. No. Virtue comes from knowing that you could fucking kill that guy in front of you if you chose to.
You have to be.
But you have to control. Oh yes.
You have to.
So you like Jordan Peterson then?
Oh yeah, I listen to him a lot, man. Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure.
He's Canadian.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard to have. It's tough to believe hard men comes from Canada. I'm just kidding.
I know.
We're seen as very, very polite and gentle people.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with being a gentleman, you know? It's a good thing, man.
Yeah, because most gentlemen knew how to fight. Most gentlemen were fucking dangerous. They'd fucking shoot you, but they'd rather not.
Yeah.
Man, I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you inviting us into the gym. And by the way, that's why if you're hearing noise in the background right now is because I didn't even notice because I'm just turning around now.
Wow,
but we have like 26-year-olds.
Yeah.
That looks like 5-6-year-olds right there.
Yeah.
But we have the future of martial art on the mats with us. So thanks again for your time. Thanks again for doing this. Thanks Dorian for introducing us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.
You've been listening to the Nico Lagan Show. Nico has been involved in the martial arts for 20 years. He's a Muay Thai coach, focus coach, podcaster, and sought-after public speaker. We hope you've enjoyed the show, and we hope you've gotten some useful and practical information. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Coach Nico Lagan and on YouTube at The Nico Lagan Show. See you next time.